Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop, our weekly podcast about all things running and anything else we care about because, that's what's important to us.
Yeah, it's very important to us and important to you.
Something like that.
I mean, our format seems to be catching on. I'm seeing other podcasts doing similar things now.
Just talk nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So apparently...
I did
nonsense is getting popular.
Yeah. I mean, people don't want sense. They want nonsense.
And
Does anyone really want sense?
You do. Every time I go for a run with Robbe, he's stopping picking up pennies and dimes and stuff.
For real?
Yeah. So
he even knows what time of day the light is best for picking up coins.
Shut up.
I have some strategies. But it was funny because when at the end of our long run, I was running with Matt Kacharski and Luke Smith, and we're running back, and Luke's like, You got some change in your back pocket there, because he heard it jingling around. And I was like, yeah, man, 22 cents on the run this morning. And what really made me mad was when we were doing those repeats.
Ran past a quarter.
Yeah, I ran past a quarter on the ground. I was like, my personality had never been split in half more than stopping to pick up the quarter, but also wanting to keep the
Pace.
750.
What would have been cool if it had been an animation? You would have seen his soul tear away from his body, go pick up the coin.
What do you do with the coins?
I have a running change jar of all the change that I find on my runs.
And do you eventually go to Coinstar or something?
I don't know. I've just been saving.
Megan, you know the name of the place where you change coins into money.
Doesn't everyone?
Wait, I guess coins are money.
And no, I don't go to Coinstar because they take 10% off the top for their fee.
Yeah, but you can just dump a bunch of coins in there.
Yeah, but then you're losing 10% of your investment. So you can just go to the bank and get.
No way. Do you roll your stuff?
I haven't done that.
Don't
in a
you
long
have
time.
to? I thought that was the whole point.
That's the thing. I've just been collecting change for like 8 years, which I'm just losing money at this point because of inflation.
I'm 99% sure you have to roll the coins yourself if you go to the bank, and that's why they take 10% at Coinstar, because you can just dump them in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to actually look into that.
The other
if
thing
someone
is,
knows, please let me know.
I saw this. It was a story about a guy who died, and he didn't have a lot of money, but he always picked up the coins and stuff.
Yeah.
And his kids got something like 20 grand in, he had rooms full of barrels of coins and stuff.
See, that seems like more work than money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it does seem like a lot, but I don't know.
Plus, you're earning no interest.
Why do we still have coins?
That's the problem.
Why do we still have cash?
Yeah.
Right. Because of weed, I guess.
Yeah, you do have to buy it with cash.
The coin thing is interesting because sometimes it makes me a little bit sad, because I think about if I was a runner in the 80s, how much more money I would have found on the ground than now. It's really hard to find money these days.
Yeah.
For scavengers, times are tough.
Yeah.
That's the way to look at it.
I haven't thought about. Yeah.
Dude, speaking of scavengers, can we just get into the wings I found on my doorstep?
Why not?
Ugh.
Okay. What you have to understand is Robbe lives in the path of coyotes, but go ahead.
No, continue. What about the coyote path?
I mean, your house seems to be plagued with wild animals.
No,
foxes.
someone put this on Robbie's
rats.
steps. There's no chance in hell that this just
Why don't you tell them what you found on your
up.
steps?
All right, so I was away for the weekend in Pennsylvania, and I came home on Sunday afternoon, and on the top of my doorstep was a set of wings, like robot wings. Let's put that out there.
Pigeon robot wings.
Pigeon wings. And
if it flies, it spies.
there's no body or head. It was just the wings. Brandon put up the picture on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to see that.
On the YouTube version. I mean,
YouTube and now Spotify, you can watch the video.
Oh yeah, right. So it was just the wings. There's nothing in between, and it's sitting right in the middle of my doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying that just doesn't show up. Like someone put that there.
His step is in the sunlight. He gets a lot of good sun. So I could see a cat or a fox sitting there eating, having a nice day.
And they don't eat the wings?
Picnic. Why would you eat the wings? There's no meat on it.
Why would you eat the rest of it?
Because that's all meat.
Thomas is correct. But B, I don't know the sunlight thing, because these are nocturnal animals. They would have done this at night.
Okay, well, maybe it's this nice clean surface of white that they could see the bird.
There's a doormat. But
you're ruining my stories.
But there's been many theories as to why my wife agrees with you, Megan. She thinks
Right.
I don't think I've been snitching lately, so I don't see why.
I think it's voodoo.
Just a general
Like
voodoo.
somebody has a vendetta against you. Your house has been marked now.
No. Here's what, maybe an animal did eat it and left the wings, but then someone knows you, found it, and put it there.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know if it was maybe like a Passover thing, if that's maybe
Did
now
you
I'm
got-
protected or not.
No, that would be
I
a
had to check
lamb
my
shank, I
had to
think.
check my calendar.
But here's the thing. Like, you would have to pick it up, touch it,
Yeah, I had to move it.
then move it and arrange
What'd
it
you
on
do
the
with it?
steps.
I just
No,
threw
I'm
it.
saying-
I just threw it to the side of the steps, and then I think an animal got into it last night because now it's severed in half, and one of the wings is missing. So I guess someone liked the scraps of it or whatever. But what's okay? So there's a couple theories, and I can't get to the bottom of it. I posted in the Baltimore Bird Club Facebook group, which I'm a member
I
of.
didn't know there was.
This is incredible. This is the best part of the story so far.
Oh
Got a new
yeah, you
hobby.
never know what kind of birds.
I like that meme. It's like you go your whole life not caring about birds, and then one day you wake up and be like, "Is that a blue crested wobbler?"
Yeah, like a yellow-throated warbler. Yeah. So I did post in there, and again, just as many theories as I did when I posted it to my Instagram stories, which is that a cat. I don't think it was a cat because I've had cats growing up, and they just mess around with birds. They don't really decimate them and leave the wings.
What about
hanging out.
lions?
Lions, probably not in Baltimore.
They're in the cat
Fox,
family, though.
possibly.
Possum.
Possums aren't predatory in that
Rat?
way. No. This is a big bird.
Yeah, but what if the bird was dead and the rat dragged it to your steps, ate him, and left the wings?
I mean, the rats are pretty large around my house, so it's possible. But no, another prevailing theory seems to be that it could be a raptor of some sort, a peregrine falcon, or a hawk, which is actually the
What
theory.
about a velo?
I'm sorry, a raptor?
like a raptor bird, like a
Okay, so not a dinosaur.
Not a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Velociraptor.
Which I tend to think is the correct version because they do rip apart the things they don't use from a bird. And if it was perched on the roof of my house,
yeah,
that's
actually the best theory.
it probably just dropped it right down on
I like
my
that.
doorstep. Which the odds of that happening are still ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's better. It doesn't feel malicious.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm with Kimmy. Someone did this.
I mean, but what are the chances though? A robot, a pigeon,
That's what I'm saying.
quote unquote,
I don't know.
shows up on my doorstep. We
Wait.
talk about this all the time.
Also, can we just say that the first text message that Robbie sends is to Thomas and I asking if we did this?
Okay, yeah, that was true.
Like, what?
I mean, it would have been a good prank. And then in hindsight, I'm mad that I didn't put it on your doorstep. before,
And then be like, I have no idea. That's crazy.
yeah. Dude, imagine if I just played that long con for years and never told you about it.
It would be good. I think that's on my deathbed. You're like, it was me. I
Yeah.
put the wings on your door,
And then I take the green ribbon off my neck.
and then your head rolls away. All right, I like it.
All right.
You know what we should probably talk about though?
Huh.
I mean, did you have breakfast this morning?
I did.
What'd you have?
Oatmeal.
What about you, Robbie?
I actually had yogurt because I'm out of my oatmeal. I need more.
What do you
Re-up
need
me.
more of?
Kodiak Peak oatmeal packed with protein.
Look at this. I'll give you an empty box to hold.
Yeah.
So yes, Kodiak is again a sponsor this week, and we obviously are loving their oatmeal. Robbie's completely out of it.
Did you see Megan's recipe online?
Yeah, so if you haven't yet, you can go to believeintherun.com and check out the recipe that we made with the Peak oatmeal. Mm-hmm. And I used the maple brown sugar flavor, but they also have the banana nut and berries and cream.
Yep.
Which is your favorite?
Yeah.
Berries and cream.
It's like, is that like a boats and
Yeah, berries and cream.
just has that same rhythm?
It does. Berries and cream.
Did you see that John?
Yes.
Quick.
People sent it to us.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
John C. Reilly with Snoop Dogg on
Yeah.
stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell.
Oh, he was there too?
Yeah,
Okay.
all three of them. All right, so you can get this Peak oatmeal.
Yeah, so I think Robbie already said it, but all of them come with 20 grams of protein per serving. So you like basically don't have to add anything. It's almost like a complete meal. You've got your carbs, your protein, all that good stuff.
Perfect for recovery.
Yeah, perfect post-run meal, which is how we've been using it.
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get some, you can go to kodiakcakes.com/BIR for 20% off of their peak oatmeal bundle, which gives you all 3 flavors to try.
Okay, first check-in. This is Emily Oster. I'm an economist, I'm a data person, and I like to run, and I'm filling in for Thomas. So I like data, and I'm going to give you in your check-ins some running data facts. So here is the first one. According to a very large 2019 study, the fastest average country for marathon times is Switzerland, with an average time of 3 hours and 50 minutes. So if you're from Switzerland, I hope you're running pretty fast right now.
Hey, Megan, where can they get that recipe you made for, like, if you want to turn these into pocket?
Just go to believeintherun.com. It's under nutrition.
I put it in last week's description, I think.
Yeah, it was in last week's description, in last week's email. So if you're not on our email list, you should get on that.
Yeah, come on.
But if you can't find any of those things, just go to believeintherun.com and click on nutrition and training, and it's like the first thing on there.
Somebody messaged me. They're like, I've searched everywhere and cannot find your Achilles wrap.
Oh,
post.
really?
I'm like,
literally,
did you try
search
our website?
Yeah. Just search Achilles.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I do think that some people don't know we have a website.
Yeah,
they're like,
you're probably right.
They're like, I've seen your YouTube and love your Instagram.
Well, a lot of
Where
people,
could I read
a lot
your
of time,
reviews?
They're like, are you doing this review? And I'm like, yeah, it's been on the website for like a month.
Yeah.
Go look at it. Because the YouTube and website don't always overlap each other.
Right.
So there's sometimes different content.
Yeah, well, especially for the trail stuff, because we have trail reviewers that we don't have here to shoot videos.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So we're heading, man.
Oh, I still haven't written my thing for you. I'm sorry. I'll go to the Google Doc and add my stuff.
I can't wait to email you. You're on the email of shame
every week.
Oh, that's good. So every week we have to log a little paragraph about how our training's going on the way to New York City Marathon. And
Would you call it Train to NYC?
Yeah. Robbe lovely puts it all together on the website so you guys can check in and see how we're doing. But every single week, someone does not fill out their...
Speaking of the website, like, Robbe, people don't know this, but you're the editor of Believe in the Run.
Yeah.
You are the one that makes sure that the site looks good, reads well, all that stuff. Like, you're the master behind that.
I do my best. Yeah. I mean, Ryan, our assistant editor, helps a lot too. So it's a good team effort.
It's of course it's a team, but
okay, yeah.
You're the king of
I'm bad at taking compliments.
Yeah.
Stop.
Right.
But the wait, what were you just saying?
The
training log. Yeah. So there's always a couple people. Here's the thing. I would be that person every week. So
if you didn't have to.
Yeah.
So you have some empathy?
If I'm not the last person to do it because I'm putting it together.
Yeah, I noticed yours is always blank.
So I have, empathy for people who do it. And I figure, like, Meg Featherston has forgotten a few times. And I'm just like, well, I told her straight to her face, I'm just keeping those in my back pocket for if I ever need advice, and be like, remember I had to keep asking you to do this?
Speaking of advice, she gave advice in the new article that was timely right now. If you haven't checked it out, there's tips to running New York City. And you know what was crazy? Bromka, and I call him Bromka.
Peter Bromka?
Yeah, I call him Bromka.
Yeah.
He messaged us on Instagram saying, hey, thanks for that article. You made one of my athletes, because I guess he's coaching a few people for New York. He's like, you made one of my athletes actually start taking it seriously and starting to plan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that took me 2 days last week. We put together this training guide for New York City Marathon. It's pretty in depth.
Yeah. Really in depth.
Did you get cranky when you were putting that together?
No, it just takes so. Wait, did I get cranky?
Yeah.
Why did you think I was?
I felt like you got a little cranky when I was like, hey, Featherston. And you're like, I got people.
Which for the New York City?
Yeah, when we were putting, I felt like I was adding an extra.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
to,
I mean, I know
extra
what you're
level.
saying. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's just like a lot of work, a lot of content. Well, those things can get really, really big, which that one was. And so if you have too many cooks in the kitchen,
I feel like we don't have the problem of not enough content. We have the problem of too much content. Like, sometimes we have like 5 people reviewing one shoe, or we have, everybody wants to throw in their opinion on the best ofs and this and that. I think that that's like one thing I think you do well as an editor, to give you more compliment, is
not accept it.
Yeah. You just, you like keeping it like, so it's not totally redundant.
Yeah, that's a hard thing, especially with people who don't write a lot. It's very hard to keep things not wordy. Like if you just don't write a lot, it's just a natural thing to do is you want to wax verbose about your everything.
But do you also think that people feel like they need to add the value? Like they're like, I better write a lot because I want to get another chance to review.
Maybe, yeah. But there's just a lot of unnecessary things. And then sometimes there's not enough. I don't know. It's just a balance you have to find. Oh, cool. Anyways, that's our website talk. But yeah, New York City is coming up, man. It's crazy.
I have a question, Robbie.
What?
Have you ever put on your shorts backwards, gone for an entire run, and not realized that they were backwards until you got home and took them off?
I actually might have done that before.
I don't understand how this is possible. Thomas did this the other day, and I was like, I literally, my shorts would not fit right.
The weird thing is they had a compression liner, so they had the liner that was like a compression liner and then the short on top of it.
That makes a little more sense, though, I think, because the compression liner is so tight that you might not realize it.
Well, what was weird, I kept noticing when I was running, I was like, that's weird they designed this with the flaps going this way. Because as I was running, it's like a split short on top. So they kept winging out. And I was like, that's weird. It's like almost like I got a parachute.
It's like they designed it for crisscross.
Yeah. And I was like, this is weird. And I got home and I was like looking at it. I took them off and I was like, the label.
Wow. I don't know. That's pretty wild.
That's next level.
So you didn't even realize it until you took them off.
Yeah. I realized as I was getting undressed, I was like, oh. And Meg's like, what? I'm like, nothing. She's like, what? I'm like, I have my shorts on backwards.
That's amazing. Maybe you should do that for the marathon.
Yeah. Meg's like, that's because you have no ass.
Dude.
Yeah, I was like, that's why. That is like, why. This would never work for me. Like, it's because you have no bum.
Dude, think about that though. You'll have the rear gel pockets in the front. Dude, you're good to go.
Sense. That was the other thing. I had my phone because it has on the compression sleeve, it has the pockets, and it was kind of pulling the shorts down in the back. I was like, that's weird. I feel like it's pulling my shorts down.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure I have had that happen.
They're good shorts though. I like them. They're
what
Praise.
Were they?
The Praise.
Okay.
Praise Endurance.
Yeah.
Out of Canada. Fit both forwards and backwards.
That's as good of a review as you can get right there.
True to size.
Oh man.
Anyway, how is training going? You guys are in taper.
Ooh, we got to run together too.
Yeah, we did.
Sort of.
Mostly. We ran 14 miles.
Of 18 for me, and did you do 20?
20, yeah.
And then Jarrett did 16?
Yeah.
We were all over the place, but it was a fun run. We ended up running around the stadiums, doing all that. And then we did, was it 3 miles? 3 miles at pretty much my marathon pace.
I'm interested to see what your marathon pace is because your pace was way all over the place.
How do you mean?
You were going from like 8 minutes to the end of the repeat going like 7:25. Well, 7:20s.
We averaged 7:50 for both. Yeah, well, 7:50 and 7:45 for the 6 miles.
Yeah, but it wasn't consistent. It was like you would like speed up like crazy fast, and Jared and I were like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, because what would happen, I wouldn't look at my watch. And then we were coming down a place and I'd be like, it was like you were like, it was giving me lap pace. Mm-hmm. And I would look at it and I'd be like, we're at 7:55. We need to speed up. And I would speed up. And I didn't think I was speeding up that much because Robbe was hanging in there.
Yeah.
And so Robbe, your marathon pace should be faster than that. And, right. But for me, like I'm training at that. I'm not necessarily sure that's what I'll try to achieve in New York. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was pretty happy. Like if you look at my splits, they were all right in there.
That's what I was looking at right now to see it. And we promised not to talk about this, and here we are talking about it. So
splits.
Nerds.
Literally the worst.
Splits. I mean, I think it's different. We're not like a pro that's like, I was running 5:55.
What's the difference?
Because we're like saying, are you
it's the same thing?
No, we're like, do you know how to run?
Okay. It's literally the exact same thing.
All right, are the splits pretty even?
I can't.
No, they're not.
On yours or mine?
On yours.
Enough. I cannot.
Okay.
We are not comparing Stravas right now.
All right.
For F's sake.
You were doing. All right, whatever.
Yeah, give it to me. I want to hear it.
When I asked how your running was going, I did not want to break down a per mile
I'm just
pace
saying,
on your long run.
He's talking about consistency.
There was one where it was like 7:59, then it was 7:40. The next one there's 7:53, then 7:37. So I would say not consistent. But anyways,
but we also went up hills and shit.
all right.
And down hills.
Anyways, there was altogether pretty good, pretty nice run.
I felt solid. The average pace for the 6 miles was what it was supposed to be for pretty much both.
Okay.
I think it was 7:45 for the second 3. Yeah. But
I'm checked out.
Just-
You guys
Okay.
let me know when you're done.
How did you? Yeah, how are you feeling about the marathon in general? Because that's coming up from the time we're recording this, it's in 12 days from now.
I'm excited to run. I feel good. I don't have anything on the line. I don't it's like I have a wide range of results that would be fine with me.
Yeah.
I'd be ecstatic if I came close to what I've been training at for marathon, which seems to be, when I do the workouts and everything feels right.
Mm-hmm.
The course at New York is tough though. So it's hard to know that. And it is work when I'm doing that pace. It's not like it comes easy. So I would be happy to be there or be 10 minutes behind that or so,
Okay.
And I think there's room for it. It's like I said, I'm not going after a BQ at New York. I'm not trying to.
Why not?
I'm afraid
It's
of that.
it's a pretty hard course, but the weather, if it holds, which we can't talk about because we're 12 days out, but we will anyway, is looking good.
Yeah.
Plus, I like running with Jarrett, and I think he's afraid. I think he wants to. I think he would. I think he can do it. I think he could. I think he's. Can easily do it, but
He's
I
a
don't
big
think
baby.
he wants to.
He's a big baby.
Yeah.
He is, because he did post an Instagram post of him being a big baby.
I know, he saw that. He asked me if I liked the post, and I was like, no.
I liked it.
And
Jared.
I didn't like it on Instagram. I didn't like it from Believe in the Run.
I thought it was adorable.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Baby Jarrett?
Yeah.
All right. You know whose idea that post was?
Yours?
No.
Oh. Allie's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking at what your pace was to get a BQ. What's your BQ? 325?
325. Yeah, it's right
Dude,
there.
come on. You could get that. Why? This is what I don't like about what you're saying right now.
New York's not the course for it, but
Dude, if you're running, your goal is to run 750. That's basically BQ.
Yeah.
So just do it. Why'd you not just do it?
do it, dude. Just do it.
Why would you not? Why would you not? All right.
I don't know, because I
whatever.
don't need the pressure. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll go out there and run a sub 3.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. Sub 3.
What are you actually going for? Has it changed?
320. No, I think I can do it.
Okay.
I think you can do it.
I think I can. I was feeling pretty good on Saturday. Felt good afterwards.
So you broke off. So we after the first interval, we kind of split up because you wanted to run with Matt.
Yeah.
And Matt is like, he's gonna roll.
Yeah.
And I wanted to stick to the plan of the 750 pace. I actually ended up running with Paulie G, and just doing it with him. And
Wait, is that from the Jersey Shore?
yeah, Paulie G.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the guy.
Jim Tan Laundry?
Did you go do laundry afterwards?
yeah, we got swole. But actually, it was good because there was like a group about 10 faster bastards running in that exact pace. So
Okay.
just cruise along.
Nice.
How was besides the chain and oh, by the way, Luke, man, fucking Luke 2.0.
Oh yeah, that's a friend of ours.
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
yeah. Luke changed his life and now is
Yeah, he's all alcohol free and whatnot,
Super
and
fast.
doing his thing.
lean.
I do think that has made a huge difference in my training, not drinking this cycle. I've had a
Probably.
couple here and there, but generally speaking,
Yeah, you made the Orioles lose by not drinking though.
no, I did. I drank at the Orioles games.
You made the Orioles lose by drinking.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, but I feel like that's been probably a game changer for me as far as feeling good, getting better sleep, not getting injured, things like that. I I feel like every time I thought I was going to get injured.
Less time in jail.
Yeah. Always good. Always good. I thought the whole time this training cycle, when I thought I was going to get injured.
Did you say training sickle?
Yeah, it's a popsicle.
Yeah.
I didn't get injured. And so that's good.
That is
usually
good.
I do.
Mm.
Well, not sprained ankle doesn't count. Yeah, that's just. I
rough.
meant like
a torn hemorrhage.
Whatever injuries runners get.
Achilles, tendonitis.
That kind of calf
Yeah.
muscles. It could still happen.
See,
I got
that's
it to 12
we're
days.
in taper where you should be good.
I've run through. So here's why I think I have a good shot at New York.
Okay.
I ran through my foot pain,
Yeah.
then my ass pain on the other side.
That's something.
Still there a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I've had a cold for like 2 weeks, and I've hit all my paces while having a cold.
That's what I'm saying. So you should go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yep.
Screw it.
And I think, although I will say there was a point, I did like a 10-mile run on Friday, and at mile 7, I was thinking, man, I'm feeling like haven't hit that point in marathon training where I'm just tired or fatigued and exhausted. And then at mile 8, I was like, I think I hit that point.
Here it is.
Yeah. And then this week, like I went yesterday for a short run, 6-mile run, and I'm like, yeah, and I just feel tired.
That's
all the
perfect
time.
though, because now you're going to
Yeah,
taper,
you're
so
going
you
taper.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Like that's ideal.
I got a question for you. You know how BQ now is like you basically this past year you'd have to run 6 or 7?
7 minutes to 8 minutes.
7 minutes faster. So even
Yeah.
if you BQ, you work all that hard to get your BQ. It's great for your time.
You
and
talking
stuff.
about me? Or
Yeah, I'm
just
saying
in
for you.
Well, I'm not going to get BQ.
But okay.
Okay. Not right now. But what are you saying though? I'm sorry.
So do you work that hard anyway?
Do I work that hard?
He's saying, do you work hard to get the BQ, even knowing that you don't have a 7-minute buffer?
Oh, I would still. I think for me, getting the BQ without the buffer, if I did that, I'm not going to do that now.
So just achieving
the
the BQ.
Like maybe in the spring it could happen. Yeah,
Ooh.
I would be happy with that.
Are we throwing out a race?
Not really. I honestly thought about Donna, but I didn't realize it's the same as the trials weekend.
But we might be going. We might be doing double.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
because the Donna's on the Sunday. Trials is on Saturday.
And they're an hour and a half away.
Oh, I didn't realize they were that close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot Orlando. Oh, I was thinking Miami. Yeah. Oh, all right. Maybe.
TBD. But yeah.
That means to be determined.
Got it.
Megan's down with all the kids slang.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting then. So who knows?
All right.
Anyways, man, too much running talk. What the hell?
I know. Did I tell you? Okay, so this weekend,
Yeah.
by the way, I know it's not about running, and I know we probably shouldn't even talk about, but I love my Enwy electric bicycle.
Your Angui.
Yeah.
Angui. No one knows how to say
I know.
that.
Dude,
It's fun.
to get across Baltimore though. So the stadium is on the other side of town from our house.
Yeah.
To drive there would probably take me 40 minutes with traffic.
Oh, on game day? Ridiculous. Yeah.
And streets are closed down, all sorts of stuff. On that bike, I was able to get from my house to the stadium in 10 minutes.
What? That is crazy. Why did you have to go there?
Because my son was going to the football game with his friend. By the way, you think you have friends?
Did he ride on the back of your
Yeah.
bike?
Sure did.
No way.
I
Without
was terrified.
And it doesn't have pegs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It worked fine.
I mean, I feel like I do some crazy stuff with
They
my kids.
practiced
We
around the
practiced.
neighborhood.
We did some practice
Okay.
before we went. And it was totally secure. He was totally good.
All right, that's rad.
And we crushed it. So we got to the game. And you think we have influential friends? We know people in places?
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. The kid that my boy has been friends with since he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
I knew his dad was somebody, but I thought, maybe he just worked at Hopkins or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I take him over there, and Meg's mom, because like Theo, my older son, told her that Henry's friend's dad, if you're following that, he won a Nobel Prize. And so, Meg's mom's like,
Yeah, right.
So she looks him up on Google, on Wikipedia, and he has won a Nobel Prize.
Wow.
It's like a legit dude.
Not a Nobel Prize. He's not a CrossFitter.
No.
A Nobel Prize.
Yeah, he's won a Nobel Prize. His name's Adam Geiss, and apparently he proved that the universe is expanding.
It's actually Adam Rice. Adam Guy Rice.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
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 just looked it up.
And I mean,
He won the 2011 Nobel Prize for Physics for his discovery of dark energy. Dude, that sounds like some Harry.
Right.
He sounds like he might be in Voldemort's army.
That's what I'm saying.
A repulsive
a Death
force.
Eater? Is that what it would be?
Yeah, a repulsive force that is the dominant component of the universe. Dude, 73% of the universe is made of dark energy. I don't want to live in that universe.
You
How do you know? Yeah, you do live in that universe.
Yeah, how do they get 73%, by the way?
Well, 73%,
Ask that guy.
it
He's
works
figured it out.
100% of the time.
Yeah. I feel like they just threw some numbers in a hat and pulled it out.
Speaking of the game, I did my run on Sunday morning around the stadium because I just love, soaking up the Ravens energy.
Yeah.
And I was over there at probably like 7:30 in the morning. Dude, people were partying.
Oh, really?
Like tailgates were
Said
set up.
Pickles was
like
flooded.
raging.
At that early?
Yes.
I just thought that happened in college football. I didn't think that still happened in
I
NFL.
was like, what is everyone doing? And how are you going to make it to the 1 p.m. game?
Well, you avoid traffic by getting there at 7.
I couldn't believe it. I was expecting it to be kind of quiet over there and I'd be running around by myself. No, there was like, I had like a party to run by.
But you know how, I'm going to bring it back to Adam here for a second. Nobel Prize winner.
There's a lot of dark energy downtown.
Yeah. Well, no. So when I rolled up on the bike with the boy, he was like, "That's cool. What is that?" I'm like, "How many times does a Nobel Prize winner tell you what you're doing is cool?"
You should have traded him for his Albert Einstein medal.
I know. I'll be like, I'll trade you for some dark energy.
Yeah. Did you ask him if he was a janitor at MIT before he...
He did say that he solved a lot of problems on blackboards.
That's awesome.
And then he was like, "How you like them apples?"
Yeah, I love it.
He did go to Harvard and MIT. But I wonder, speaking of that, we had Emily Oster on this past week.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was listening to that podcast, and I felt like I had a lot of questions I wanted to ask her. So maybe I'll see her in person at some point.
Like, what would you ask her?
I forget now, but it was like parenting questions because she's a parenting
She's the one to ask.
expert.
Yeah.
I just think it's...
Would you be like, is it okay to leave your kid alone for 5 minutes while you just go down the road?
Yeah, honhonestly, I would. And I know she'd say yes. That's why I just wanted someone to confirm my own beliefs. Yeah. But I love that she's looks at things with the data and science and is like, doesn't go by emotions, which I feel like it's very easy to do in parenting.
1000%.
So I like that she...
In everything.
Yeah.
And you know who's doing the check-ins this week?
Emily Oster?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Oster or Oster?
It's Oster.
Okay.
Oster. Shoot.
Oyster.
I asked her before the interview and
Really?
she told me, and I was like, oh, good thing I didn't get it wrong. And now here I am.
No, just go with Oyster. Yeah.
Emily Oyster.
Sorry, Emily.
Okay, second check-in, second fact. As we all get older, we worry a little bit about how fast our running times are slowing down. But did you know that until you get to be 40, your running times on average don't really slow down that much? Once you hit 40, you're slowing down at about 1% a year, which isn't really that much of a slowdown. So you can still chase that PR, chase that good time. Once you get over 70, you start slowing down a little faster. So get in those PRs in that earlier age range, because that's what the data says.
Yeah, I kind of do want to meet her in person though, just to and I'm pretty sure I read some of her stuff before because I was looking up things that she's done.
Where the sidewalk ends?
Wait, that's Shel Silverstein.
And,
is that like Shell and Oyster?
Yeah.
Oyster Shell.
There you go.
Gotcha.
See, that's one of the children's books that I grew up with, not the scary ones.
But that book
The
sucks.
Giving Tree.
What?
Wait,
It's just poems.
The Giving Tree is a horror story.
I think we talked about this before. Yeah. Because I think the Giving Tree represents different things to different people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, what do you think it is?
I don't know.
What does it represent to you?
The parent.
Yeah. To me, it
Parent-child relationship.
To me, it just represented a friend.
Mm.
I never thought I even considered it as being
A parent?
the mother. Yeah.
Yeah. Gives everything to that kid.
Yeah. Man, that is a good book, But where the sidewalk ends, I actually hate. I think that's a very scary. To me, that's a scary book.
Okay.
Because the cover, he's like about to fall off.
All the weird. There's a lot of interesting characters and drawings and people in that book.
Are you sure you're not thinking of
out.
Where the Wild Things Are?
No, that's fine. That's not weird. No, I've read Where the Sidewalk Ends recently because we have it. I just refuse to read it to my
I will
kids
tell you
because
this.
it freaks me out.
I mean, I haven't been back to it in a long time, but I don't remember being scared by it.
it's just weird.
I didn't realize it as a child, but I feel like The Giving Tree taught me empathy as a kid. Like, it was the first time that you saw maybe outside of yourself, like what another, like it showed you, like you watched it as a kid and you're like, that kid is taking advantage of this poor tree that loves him regardless, unconditionally, and gives him everything. And you had empathy for the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as a child at that point, you read the books from a first person perspective. So even if it's green eggs and hams, you're like, I'm Sam, I like green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
You're like, in that, you're not
I see.
like that.
I could get behind that. No, it's I feel like a lot of books, a lot of kids' books don't really do that anymore. Or if they do it, they write to adults, it's a weird thing that I really don't like about children's books is that adults write them to try to be cool, but it's like cool for adults and not great for kids.
Like the wink wink.
Yeah, and they like win, and a lot of those books win awards because they're clever and interesting, but kids don't get the cleverness.
Nuance?
Yeah, like the nuance behind it. Did you also know Shel Silverstein wrote A Boy Named Sue for Johnny Cash?
I did not know that.
Yeah, which is actually makes sense when you think about it, how weird those lyrics are.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact
He wrote the
lyrics.
lyrics for that song.
Meg, you look for songs for the weekly podcast, A Boy Named
I don't
Sue.
know if this is the vibe I want.
Boy Named Sue that's
It's
a good song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Basically, it's about a boy named Sue who kind of goes his whole life getting his ass kicked because his name's Sue.
Yep.
And then he eventually, when he's older, meets his dad in a bar, fights this guy, and he's always looking for his dad because he wanted to kick his ass for naming him Sue.
Wait, why doesn't he know his dad?
His dad like walked out on him, and
Because he had a son named Sue.
yeah, and then he
All of this
imagine
checks
naming
out.
your kid Sue and then just leaving, and then he
Your
got
name is Betsy. Goodbye.
Then he got in a fight with his dad, and then at the end of the song, he's like, they're finished scrapping, and his dad's like, "See, that's why I named you Sue
because you're tough.
you toughened you up." It's kind of, and then they're like friends or something.
Yeah.
Seems like a
There's a lot of layers there.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we watched that not Messi, who's a soccer player? Beckham. We watched that thing, and his dad apparently like was rough on him a little bit. And he's like, yeah, but look where it got you.
Okay.
It could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports documentaries, we didn't talk about this, did we? I don't think so. Okay, but first of all, have you watched Beckham? That's a good one.
No, I thought about trying it out.
It's good. I would recommend it. But Jarrett has been like messaging me for weeks, telling me I
this thing
have
was
to
terrible.
watch this sport because I told him I love sports documentaries. He's like, you have to watch BS High.
Are you sure
It's
we didn't
on
talk
HBO.
about this?
Did we?
You talked no, not on the podcast. You told me
Okay.
about it. I looked it up. It sounds interesting.
So it's essentially a real story of this
Psychopath.
artist who creates this fake high school team, recruits all these young kids.
But they're kids who were like, there's Last Chance U where the kids like flunk
Right.
out for not having grades, but they went to JUCO or something like that. Look at me throwing out the JUCO.
I got you.
And then they end up on his team, and he gets them usually to get some of those guys to go into real colleges. I guess JUCO's a real college. Gets them to go to like
Yeah.
notable.
D1 schools.
Yeah. And this guy he's taken like he's going through neighborhoods finding kids who can play football and stuff that are not in school.
But like he convinces an ESPN and like legit people that he has a high school team that
There's no
is
high school.
legit, and there is actually no physical space,
No way.
and there's no school, and there's nothing
And
except
he's
for
not
these
paying
kids.
people. He's not.
and yet he convinces all
like they
these
get on the
people.
field and they all had spray painted black helmets. Like,
So what happened? They played like a primetime game on ESPN or something?
Yeah. And it's
against
covered on
against the
like,
best football team in
Yeah.
the country, IMG or something like that. But here's the crazy thing: it would make a great movie if you took out the
con artist?
the con artist
Con
part.
artistry.
Because I mean, basically, what it would be is like the Bad News Bears. Like he takes all these kids
Right.
that have no future,
Yeah.
spray paints their helmets. They're borrowing helmets in between downs from each other.
It's literally every Disney movie in the sports
Yeah.
movie in the 90s. The Big Green.
and they beat
Mighty Ducks.
IMG, the powerhouse, and then they all go to D1.
But
college.
he's this crazy person, and the whole time this documentary he's being interviewed and talking about the whole process, and it's like, I don't understand how he's allowed to be here doing this, and he's stolen so much money. And
I mean, in some ways though, that's like almost a good moral that if you believe in your dreams, anything really can happen.
I mean, honestly,
well,
Like,
to a point.
it's
I mean, he has his own documentary,
Yeah,
which
he-
is all he wanted.
he built that on nothing,
Right.
except
Literally
lies and deception. And
He went to Kinko's and made checks.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He was talking about how he like stole speeches from other and like would verbatim say them.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, what was it? It was from a rap song. He's like,
Was it like
it wasn't Eminem's one,
but you know how when people talk with confidence
Yeah.
and like they have such like a
but like how was he feeding the team? Like he would do something messed up, like order 100 pizzas.
oh no
just not fair.
no, he would request from the grocery store
that's it.
rotisserie chickens
He would-
so that
50
they would
of 'em.
like they'd have to be hot and then wouldn't pick them up, and then at the end of the evening they have to get rid of them, so they they cut the price down to like nothing, and he would go pick them all up.
Chess, not checkers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robbie's
good
like,
one.
Robbie's like, this guy's amazing.
Robbie's gonna order 50 rotisserie chickens to pick up one.
Oh man.
Yeah, like he did stuff like that, and then he found out like the hotels or whatever, you could do 30 days credit,
90 days.
90 days credit. So he'd have them all live at a hotel for a month and a half.
Yeah.
Until they're like, hey, you haven't paid, you got to go. And this is a dude taking up probably like 10, 15 rooms,
Wow.
and then he would just leave.
I was thinking about that happening to me recently, and but the rotisserie chicken thing, where I realized when I ordered the $1 crabs that one a couple weeks ago, I realized if you order them kind of right before they're about to close, they'll just throw in better crab. They have to get rid of their crabs for the day,
Yeah.
and then they'll just throw in like the larger ones too. So kind of a win in
All
that
right.
way.
So when I went down to Ocean City when I was like 17. So I was going to school in New York, and I came down to Maryland, went to Ocean City and got a job. But I invited one of my friends down from New York. And when he got there, I was working all the time. He's like, why'd you invite me down if you're working? Like, quit your job.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And so we were kind of like jobless down at Ocean City for a while.
You were a bum.
Yeah. So what we do is wait by the dough roller pizza place on the boardwalk until they're getting ready to close, and they would be like about to throw the pizza out, and we'd be like, nip. They'd be like,
Yeah.
it'd slide us a couple slices.
That's a great plan. I like that.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to survive. If you really think about it.
I mean,
If you have a little bit
it was
of,
fun.
Not thriving, but surviving.
if you have zero pride.
At
Yeah.
17, it was okay.
Yeah, maybe not now.
Yeah. Like if people left towels out by the pool,
Yeah,
those became our towels. That
Makes sense.
That kind of stuff. Like, oh, there's lots of stuff you'd find because people would drink by the pool and leave all their stuff there and then leave the pool. Mm-hmm. So we would go to the different hotel pools and
drink the rest of the drinks too.
just grab what we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, let's bring those times back.
You
Or
know
not,
me,
or not.
I wouldn't drink an open one, but if I saw a cooler that was left by the pool and there was,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Just sanitize the top.
my dad went to go visit where I worked, and they said he has been working here for a while. He tracked me down, and I had to go home.
Oh yeah. So the BS high thing, do you think Disney's responsible in some way for that? Because Disney really perpetuated this myth that you can take a ragtag bunch of kids, train them for 3 weeks, put a soundtrack in the background, and then you're going to be able to take on the state championship.
I actually think it was Denzel Washington with "We Are the Titans."
I mean, I feel like We Are the Titans is a culmination of everything. Mighty Ducks, Big Green. What was the other one?
The Green Mile.
Yeah. I don't think they hold Old Sparky in the Remember the Titans. But I feel like a culmination of all those movies, and it was Remember the Titans. And then...
All right, so we're casting a running movie for Disney.
Yeah.
What's the plot?
They have one.
It's the most boring movie
Yeah,
ever.
it was really bad.
Wait, there was a running one for Disney?
Yeah.
That explains.
Remember, like, the kids.
Oh, yeah.
What was it called? Oh, man.
Running Wild.
I can't imagine why it didn't make any money at the box office.
Well, nobody...
McFarland.
McFarland
USA.
I thought that was an actor. That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
It does sound
It
like...
has Kevin Costner in it.
You know, probably one of the reasons it didn't do well is McFarland does sound like... what's that show? The Todd McFarlane or whatever.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, Seth.
Family Guy?
Yeah, it sounds like a Family Guy movie.
So, wait, Kevin Costner... Man,
It's based on a true story, and it's like that he coaches up this team of underdogs. You know the story.
I do, like, I see in the... I was actually wondering this last week, because my kids had soccer practice, and there's a lot of, like, there's a large Latino population in Baltimore, and their kids are always playing in Patterson Park, and they're really good. And I'm like, I feel like, and maybe they play for their local schools.
Are you talking like soccer?
It's soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, soccer. But, you know, obviously they don't have a ton of money to play club, like whatever the club soccer is around here. I'm like, are people missing out on a ton of talent just because, like, the people with money can afford to go to the elite clubs in Baltimore? But
What are the elite soccer clubs in Baltimore?
There's one called, I think, Pipeline FC is like the major one. That's where like Keith's kids go to and stuff.
Man, I would talk to Keith, but like I didn't know that there was like
yeah, I mean, there's good
elite soccer in Baltimore
for youth soccer. Yeah, there's some
Like
programs.
there's traveling soccer. Both my brother and I did them when we were younger.
And I'm like, well, obviously, like, there's like the kids who are immigrants and stuff. Their parents can't, like,
probably can't get out of work.
Don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend.
Station wagon them around.
But I always wonder, like, is there are you missing out on a lot of talent? Because these kids are playing in the park like all day, every day,
Probably.
like after school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't you start a Patterson Park soccer league?
I was like, I feel like you just like wrangle up a bunch of kids and do a Disney movie.
They'll put a statue of you in Patterson Park. We'll see Robbe with a whistle.
This is how that other Netflix documentary started, by the way.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, that is.
Dude, imagine me. Yeah, things could go awry real quickly.
All right, everybody. The next drill, you're going to find every penny that I throw out in this grass.
We're going picking today, boys. Gonna hit up the local junkyard.
Here's your rotisserie chicken.
Anyways, but I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
Meg, you didn't mention you're running this week.
I'm just running.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, she's doing more mileage than I do.
Like, yeah, you do.
I'm not going to taper for New York. I'm just going to keep running.
How many miles do you think you'll run the week of New York?
I'm not sure, you know? Letting coach give me those the week before.
So you still working with Andrew?
Yeah.
So post Chicago, you still working with
I think,
Andrew,
we'll ride this out.
even though he failed miserably. I'm kidding.
Do you call him Andy now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's in a Disney movie right now, working with an unfortunate girl that's trying to get no DQ.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a joke, Meg. You're very fortunate.
Oh man.
You played travel soccer.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Anyway.
wait. Sorry. Yeah, so you're just doing your normal stuff.
Yeah. Pretty much just training right now.
Which I looked at your mileage last week. I'm like, oh, that's as much as I'm running my peak mileage. So that's great.
Oh, well, I recovered really well from Chicago. We took like 5 days totally off, then a couple really easy days. Last week was pretty easy, or 2 weeks ago, and yeah, now just like slowly getting back up in mileage a little bit. But I feel great. I did take an Epsom salt bath like you did.
Nice.
And I really feel like that helps.
I've been trying to tell people this for a long time.
People will say it's placebo, but
I don't care.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not. It feels good and your body feels good. Hey, so when you say a lot of miles, what kind of miles did you run last week?
I did around 60.
Okay, so 60 miles though compared to your normal training, is that a lot of miles or is it not?
No, I mean that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Like when I was at peak marathon training, we were 90s.
Like so, Megan does my coaching, and she gives me like if I'm doing a regular day, it's between 5 and 6 miles of just like cruising miles. Your like average is like a 10-mile
Yeah.
one, yeah. But you don't like to give those to me because I'll fall apart.
There it is.
Okay.
Do you think when you are in cruising mode, I was just thinking this, your name could be actually Tom Cruise,
It could.
and that would be maybe your nickname for that time period.
I like that instead of being like doing sexy pace or what are all the different pseudonyms for sexy pace?
I don't know.
Party pace,
yeah.
Easy run, whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll just start calling mine Tom Cruises.
Tom Cruising for a bruising.
Yeah. What would be Robbe regulating?
Yeah, I guess so.
That doesn't sound great.
Doesn't really roll off the
No,
tongue.
sure doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Meg's Miles.
Oh, man, now I'm stuck on that. I'm sorry. Dead silence. I'm just going to be thinking about nicknames for the next half hour. So speaking of salt, not Epsom salt, but regular salt, I still can't figure this out in my head, and maybe you can help me. I'm sure you talked about this on the Fuel for the Soul Nutrition podcast, but how does salt work in general? Because sometimes salt's not good for you, but then sometimes it is.
Well, salt can cause hypertension.
Yeah.
Because you hold in water.
Right.
And the hypertension is causing stress internally for your body. As a runner, you're expelling a lot of moisture and water from by sweating, by being active, by feeding your muscles. So what happens is when you need the salt is because right now you're not storing water in your body. And if you don't store water in your body, that's when the cramping happens. Your muscles aren't getting enough fluid.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So because you're active,
if you eat salty food, that makes you more thirsty. Well, why? But shouldn't like hydrate you more?
no, but so that it does hydrate you, but that's why you feel bloaty when you're properly hydrated.
Yeah,
it's because you're retaining all that water.
But yeah, I'm just like, why? But if you want more, but salt helps you hydrate, so it keeps the water. It retains the water.
Yeah, that's why you want like the night before the marathon. That's why you take in that high sodium scratch product.
And
you swell instead of pee it out as much.
Okay. And could I just eat Chick-fil-A and get the same amount of sodium?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering that because I was looking at chicken nugget ingredients. And I was
the difference is you don't want that food inside of you the night before.
And
marathon.
the fat.
Okay.
So you would be taking grease along with that salt.
Okay.
And that grease would have a negative effect on your GI system versus just using a hyperhydration or a high sodium or.
Okay. How many milligrams of salt are in a Chick-fil-A sandwich? Do you know?
That pimento one, that one's got to be off the charts. That's got to be over 1,000 milligrams.
Which
in
one pouch of the high sodium scratch,
holy crap,
1,800.
Was that right?
Dude, wow, I never realized that.
How much?
In a regular Chick-fil-A sandwich, there's 1,400 milligrams.
Yeah.
That's the same as the
basically you're
hyperhydrating.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, but see, here's the problem is now you're retaining water.
Yeah.
Say that you're obese and you're not active.
Yeah.
You're retaining water, which is giving you hypertension, and you got fat, so you're like getting fatter.
Right.
I mean, fat doesn't turn into fat, but it is. You've got the grease. You've got this thing, so you feel all bloaty and swollen. And like you said, salt makes you thirsty. And it also makes you hungry.
Yeah. Man.
And
that's
then,
interesting.
Okay, so you're eating that chicken sandwich. That's 1,400, right? Now, what are the fries if you get fries with salt?
That's a good, let's see.
Because you're not eating that sandwich.
That's
solo.
true. Fry sodium. So a medium, I think it's a medium. Yeah, medium fry has 240 milligrams.
Yeah, so that meal alone, you're getting close to 2,000 grams of sodium.
That
And it's
sounds
not
cool.
broken down by the cool stuff. Like you're just getting salt. Like you don't know if you're getting magnesium or the other other
So it's not
variations.
really. You wouldn't go so far as to call a Chick-fil-A sandwich an electrolyte packed meal.
I don't think so.
All right.
And I'm sure you know what, it probably would work for someone.
I'm throwing this out there. If Chick-fil-A is listening, that might be a good angle you might want to attach to your food, packed with electrolytes. Throw a little bit of magnesium and what's the other stuff? Phosphorus. I don't know.
I don't know. We have
Phosphorus,
we're gonna light people on fire.
magnesium,
Bioluminescence.
potassium.
Potassium. Yeah.
Potassium. That's the one.
Okay.
Throw a little bit of that in there.
Little napalm.
Just don't put it on the grill for too long.
Do
Okay, so that's cool.
you feel better about your sodium questions now?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not. You know what?
just-
and I answered them, and I'm not 100% sure, but Feathers would probably have. She's
Gonna listen to this and either cringe or be like, "You did okay."
it's just interesting because it can be good and bad. Like you need sodium to hydrate properly, but also too much of it. And because I ordered that scratch stuff,
Right.
which by the way, I like the element stuff better. That's like the taste is great. But the scratch stuff that I had ordered on their website, it has like a whole description that's is actually pretty interesting to read about why this should only be used for extreme activities.
Right, because you only need it when you're sweating a lot.
Right. If you just are just sitting around and then use it, that's not
Correct.
great for you.
Correct.
See, that's
Yeah.
the problem with a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Most of the people that are
That's
eating
true.
that are sitting around and not
It's
running
not-
a marathon.
It's not a typical
I have-
pre-race.
I told you this before, but I have done track workouts after eating Chick-fil-A, like when I used to train at night all the time. And man, I mean, I would do them, but it was a pretty unpleasant experience.
I can't imagine that would be good. I have trouble. Like that's
I like
why,
that you did it multiple times. It wasn't like, oh, I made that mistake
I've
one time. You're
done
like,
it
no,
at least
I
3
kept
times.
doing it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I had to get the workout in. I mean, that's life.
I don't like running at night at all. And even like I want to enjoy the Faster Bastards Wednesday night run, and I'd love to go out for that. I hate it. I don't know how to eat for an afternoon run. Like I wake up in the morning, have a graham cracker, go for a run, solid.
I usually try to eat. I'll just eat a banana and an apple or something after work, and then go to the run. That seems to be fine.
Okay. What about when you do your long run? Like this weekend, you did 20. What did you eat before the run?
Peanut butter and honey toast with granola on top. I like the crunch.
Yeah, but it's a lot of roughage. I did like just a bagel, I think. With
Roughage.
like the
Isn't that
granola. What do you call it? Like what
You mean fiber?
fiber? Yeah, I guess fiber. Like the granola.
I don't
and
know
all
that it has that much. I think it just has a lot of sugar. And it's like it's granola that's not good for you.
But some granola will also have a lot of fat, which is not,
I'm pretty sure that's the
Amazing.
kind I eat.
yeah.
Give me the fat one.
Whatever the cheap one is.
Is that the bear one?
Whatever the one that tastes like candy.
The bear one's really delicious.
The bear, is it Bear Naked?
I think so.
Yeah, that granola is great. I do like. No, it's like Target brand. It's definitely
Okay.
not good for you.
Rolled oats.
I'm aware of it. It tastes great.
You do love the crunch.
I do.
Like you put that in your oatmeal. You put that on your anything.
Yeah, I try not to.
It's like your Old Bay.
too much of it because it is packed with sugar. Like there's so much sugar in it. But so that's what I ate before that. And then but I do think one of the things for this marathon cycle that's helped me a lot is doing runs at night, like either after work or at night. I forget how much I loved it. Like it's just that's what I used to do for my marathons.
Then you have no issue falling asleep afterwards?
No, I mean not any different than my normal sleep.
Because you don't go to bed till what time?
11 or 12.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Been asleep for like 6 hours at that point.
I love it. Like when I get a text from you or Jarrett and it's like 8:45 and I answer it at 5 in the morning.
That's crazy. Yeah. So running at night is just, that's where my soul's at.
See,
I like
I love, like this week when I had to get the boys to school, I got to run before the sun comes up. So I love leaving in the dark, getting home in the dark, and then watching the sun come up.
Yeah. I mean, there is something special about running in the morning, definitely. But it's just, for me, I think it's easier. I feel better.
So you don't have any stress like during the day knowing that like, hey, I still got to get a run in?
No, I in fact look forward to it much more.
Oh, wow. See, I'm like, and I don't know about you, but I'm like, and I was saying that to Megan, but I like getting it done, knowing it's done, then I can do whatever I need to do with the rest of my day.
Yeah, I get that. The problem is that and you probably understand this more than anyone, whenever I go have a run in the morning, the night before, I do everything in the way that I imagine everything will go smoothly and perfectly from the time I wake up to when I run to get back and everything. And it never does, because I'm always doing things in the best case scenario and not the actual case scenario. So I'm always like struggling to get out of bed a little bit. Instead of getting ready half an hour, it's more like 45 minutes. And I had to cut a mile or two off my run. And then, or maybe I went to bed a little bit too late because I was doing something stupid. And it just all gets messed up and pushed around, and then it drives me crazy.
I do plan for it. Like when I do like our long run, I'll get up. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. This week on Monday, I had to take the boys to school. So they have to be at school by 8. Mm-hmm. That means I have to be done with my run it takes me a half an hour to drive them. Mm-hmm. I got to be done with my run by, like, we try to get out of the house by 7:20. Mm-hmm. I try to be done with my run by 7. So that means I know that I'm going to have to get out the door by 6. I know that I like to have at least an hour before a run, drink a little coffee, whatever. So I'll be like, do I get up at 5 or do I get up at 4:30? And sometimes I'll just be like, I'm going to get up at 4:30.
And I'd be like, can I get up at 5:30? yes, I can do it.
Yeah. And so I like, and even for our long run, I think we started at 6 something this past weekend. Mm-hmm. I was up at 4:30 because I want that time.
Oh,
to foam roll, to drink coffee,
and I got up at 5:40 in that situation, and ran 3 miles before I met you.
Okay,
so
yeah. So do you have your clothes picked out the night before?
Sometimes, usually for a long run, if I do have to get up really early, I usually do at least do that, and I try to get like my hydration and stuff ready.
Yeah, I make sure my nutrition, everything was laid out.
This week I didn't do that though.
I think that would be a great poll question for the podcast. Like, how many of you lay out your clothing the night before your long run?
Yeah.
Like, if you're running in the morning on Saturday, do you have everything in place Friday night, or do you do it as you get up in the morning?
Yeah.
And I think it's also going to make a difference, like, if you're planning on meeting with people. Like, if you're not meeting with anyone, who cares if you get out 15 minutes later? But usually we are either meeting with the Faster Bastards. Mm-hmm. This particular case, it was meeting with you and Jarrett.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of strategies to fail.
Okay, we need to talk about these shoes, but before we do, we also need to talk about
sleep.
Yeah.
And Robbe was talking about it. Robbe, you're probably sleeping a little better these days.
You know what people got a kick out of?
What?
You guys saying that, or you saying, show me your pillow.
Oh.
Like, as a first date, or I don't know what number date that would be, where you ask someone to show you your pillow.
It's funny because I saw a Instagram post. It's like when you go to her place and she's filthy, and the guy's like,
oh, that's one of the craziest things ever when you're young as a gentleman and you're like, have this idea of girls or women. And then like when you're in college and you go to like an actual like girl's apartment and you're like, holy shit, they're the same. They're the same as me.
Some are worse.
Or worse, yeah.
Megan had a roommate that I almost threw up in my mouth when I saw her bathroom area.
Oh man.
Like, it was a situation. I am not like that though. I have always been clean and tidy. And I was not that girl in college whose room was a mess. It was always nice.
There was like toothpaste on the floor, hair.
Not me. You're talking about my roommate.
Oh yeah. Speaking of voodoo dolls, you could definitely create one out of the hair on some of those bathroom floors.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Lagoon, who is a sponsor this week.
See, if people started if people had started fast forwarding,
they missed all that.
They missed all the good stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lagoon, they're the pillow that you get to prescribe for your head.
Prescribe.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of get a custom-ish one because you can go take the quiz and tell them your preferences, and then it'll suggest a pillow for you.
Yes.
And it's not a stressful quiz like when you forget to do, like you haven't read anything for the last week in school.
You don't
Like
have to
the
cram for this
SATs?
one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not stressful.
Plus, I guarantee you'll be able to get a pill at the end of the test.
Yeah, and a good one.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
So you cannot fail.
Yeah, so if you want to get one of these really sweet pillows that we use all the time, you can go to lagoonsleep.com/believe. Right now they're doing a couple deals. You can save $50 on a performance pack, which includes a pillow, a pillowcase, a travel compression bag, and a hat. And you can save $75 on their peak sleep set, which is 2 pillows and 2 silk pillowcases.
You know, they didn't ask us to say this, but it is getting close to the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably sleeping next to somebody who you could probably guess at what pillow would be good for them.
Oh, but here's what also they now have new gift cards. So you
Okay.
can gift someone a
A
card.
gift card, but like, how nice would it be to wake up Christmas morning?
Oh, if you do a switcheroo in the middle of the night.
I like it.
And they're like,
Santa.
Yeah. Well,
Surprise.
yeah.
I mean, seriously though, like, it's one of those things that you're looking for a gift, and like, it's really hard to shop for Megan because, like, I can't get her running equipment. That's pretty much your hobby.
And she's with you. She has everything she could want in life.
True. But maybe a fresh pillow would be the thing.
Yeah.
Meg, why do you laugh so hard at that? Why'd you laugh so
Wasn't
hard at
supposed
that?
to be a joke.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah. Anyways,
Self-esteem, Megan.
what is that it for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we guys say go to lagoonsleep.com/believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Final check-in with me, Emily, data person, running data. Third fact, super shoes. We all want to know, how much faster do they make you? And the answer, based on the data, is an average of about 4%. So you're getting about 4% faster with your super shoes. But for some people, they don't matter at all. And for some people, you're getting more like 8, maybe even 10%. So running along here, the end of your run, let's hope that you're kind of a 10% person.
So we're talking about the shoes we're talking about today.
We kind of invented this category,
I think so.
and people
People are-
have used
People are
it.
jacking it.
Yeah, I've noticed other, like, everyone from Running Warehouse to Runner's World has picked up on our
Yeah.
new vernacular.
They're listening. They know.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
I mean, it's all over YouTube. It was one of our most popular videos.
The concept of the super trainer.
And if you were in studio or watching the YouTube, you'd see that I put my arms up like I was flying
Yeah.
because it's that super. And we have, I would say, 4 top super trainers here in the studio, which could be contenders for our new category. We're adding a category to our best of this year. Robbie's looking around.
I think you're missing one.
Which one am I missing?
Go ahead. Keep going. I'll tell you.
Okay. So we're going to add a category to our best of this year. And one of the new categories, or the new category, is super trainer.
Are these on the table, the ones from 2023?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is from
Is that I think
2022.
Is that? Get out of here.
Yeah. Sauconys.
But people would be upset if we didn't mention the Saucony Speed. It's got a plate.
Well, the Convara Pro would probably be the super trainer here.
I didn't love it. What about you, Robbie?
I think the Convara Pro could grow on me if I didn't roll my ankles in it so much. But the
What do
one
you think, Meg? Have you gone back to it after you reviewed it?
No, but maybe I'll wear it tomorrow.
Okay.
I actually,
been a minute.
I think I did try wearing. Went back to it and then I rolled my ankle in it. But I was thinking,
You spankled?
what was it word?
Sprained ankle?
Sankled.
Side ankle.
And
Yeah, side ankle. But if he sprankled,
I
that
sprankled
sprained your
it.
ankle.
Dude, you put sprankles on an ice cream sundae, good to go. But I was thinking the Asics Super Blast
No, people are giving that shoe of the year.
because that was 2022.
Yeah.
But
it
that's
gets-
what I was thinking you left out because you had the other one on here that was.
When people get mad, like when people like I've already seen people give their shoe of the year, and they've given the Super Blast,
Yeah.
which is a great shoe. But that was 2022.
Technically, yeah. Right.
But it was like the end of 2022, so
I don't
people didn't
care.
have a chance to run in it. I kind of get it. Anyway,
Well-
let's talk about the 3 we have here,
All right.
which is
You got to stick to rules. Without rules is a society of chaos.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 3 here that I think are contenders.
All right.
He's thinking.
and I don't think any of us are going to agree.
You've got the Hoka Mach X.
I would agree with that one.
You've got the Boston 12 from Adidas.
I would not agree with that one.
Down.
And you've got the New Balance SC Trainer V2.
Yeah.
Like it.
I'm going to tell you I lean towards the one that both of you guys don't like.
I like that shoe. Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Wait, no. Oh, is it the rods that bother your foot?
No.
Okay, what don't you like about it?
I just don't think it's in the super trainer category, but I think it's
How is it not
I think
the
it's
super trainer?
a good daily trainer.
Carbon rods. 2 foams.
It does have light strike.
Light Strike Pro.
I don't know.
It's basically a modified Pro.
Yeah.
And the year before this shoe completely sucked, and they totally redeemed themselves.
But why don't you think it is, Megan?
I don't love the rods. I don't like the Adidas rods.
Oh.
I think it's a super trainer. It's just not my pick.
Okay. I do like that shoe though. I wore it last week twice. Okay.
Okay.
All right, fair.
So then we come to the SC Trainer V2. I'd say this is, if it's a people pleaser. I don't think anybody wears this shoe who doesn't like it.
Some people were a little disappointed from V1 to V2, but I mean, I get that because like we've talked about, some of the fun, if you will, was taken out of it. But at the same time, you got a lighter shoe.
And I think it's an upgrade.
I agree.
The only thing
carbon fiber
the
plate.
only thing that I think lacks in this one is that little oomph off the toe.
Yeah.
A little bit. I feel like it rolls really nicely, but it doesn't give you that pop. Let's go.
Sure.
I mean, that's basically the SC Elite
Yeah.
V3 is honestly kind of like a super trainer.
yeah.
I mean,
If you ask me.
how much different is this than that?
I mean, lighter. Wait, it's not lighter, but if in some ways, I don't know. I've only worn the SE Trainer V2 like a couple times because it was the wrong size for me.
Is it possible that SC Trainer V2 is actually like Scooby-Doo pull off the mask? It's the Elite V3?
No.
No.
Well,
No,
it certainly
little
has a
different.
better upper.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mach X.
I wasn't even thinking about this one, but I put it back on the other day.
It's a nice shoe.
I was like, this is really nice.
It really is.
It's like solid. It's not exciting, but it's good.
I think I also am not in love with the look. It looks like a fish to me.
Yeah, mermaid vibes for
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely, like, it does. Like, I look down, like, if I didn't look down,
Yeah.
I think the shoe feels really good. If I look down, I'm like, what is this? I got sparkles on my shoe.
It's also a very wide platform,
Yeah.
which
It
I know
is.
you don't.
Although I feel like it's a little short. Like, my toe was rubbing a little bit.
Really.
Yeah. And by the way, for the SE Trainer V2, I went down a half size because I felt like it ran a little bit long. I think I'm somewhere in between the 10 and the 10 and a
Man.
half.
Yeah. I felt like the Mach X was long on me, so that's interesting.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah.
I always feel like I don't know what it is about your size shoe, but it seems like you have the most variance in like.
Yeah, and things definitely changed during COVID. I think when everyone switched factories over to Vietnam, wherever they are now, and I think the sizing is just different because everything's all over the place now.
That's so weird. You know, the same companies
me.
that were in China own the factories that are in Vietnam.
Yeah,
This is the thing I don't understand. Maybe you can help me with
That's
economics.
yeah,
China is a communist country. Yet they seem to do a lot of like.
I mean, there's some capitalist systems within the framework of
Yeah.
the communist country. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't understand how it all works. Someone have to show me, like, because I feel like the factory owner guy, he's got to be doing all right.
Yeah, it's just more, but it's also regulated in a different way. It's not like total free market enterprise. So
Thanks for tuning in to the Believe in the Run
Yeah.
Economics Today podcast. Anyway, so we're going to be telling you what we think is our favorite super trainer. Is there anything that you do feel like it's missing right now that would be in consideration?
Any other shoe that's missing? I feel like there is one that I'm. Can you look up the list, man?
Yeah, I'm looking up our YouTube.
What's the one that? Oh, well, you could see the Prime X Strong would be another one that's in that.
Prime X Strong 2?
Yeah, I mean it's a super trainer.
It is a
much
super
by
trainer.
definition.
I don't know. It was the big guys love it, but for me, man,
I don't know if I need to give it another try. I don't think I do, but
I feel like I would give it another try. But
maybe.
I just
think I gave my pair away though.
Did you really? Who'd you give it to?
I think I gave it to Ryan.
Yeah.
But did I give it away? I think I did. Is there anything else? What's the other one, Meg?
I'm trying to find the list.
Looking around me. This is like when you try to remember what your favorite movie is and you're just like looking around the room.
And you're like, I don't remember the movie.
Brick. Anchorman.
Is that your favorite movie?
It's a good one.
It is good. So many good moments.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Anchorman. I don't know if there's any other super trainers, but I feel like this is a pretty good list for.
If that's indexed, Meg, you'll
moving on.
probably have them all.
That's what I'm doing.
You know what we should also mention, speaking of super trainers, or just, I guess, since New Balance is on the table, our shakeout run for New York City.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
Meg doesn't want me to tell him how many people have RSVP,
Really?
but it's insane.
It's way
what
more
else?
than ever before.
Yeah. It is going to be a party. I mean, just the star power that's going to be there. Like, if you're interested in meeting any of your favorite people from Instagram, it's going to be bonkers. Like,
I have it here.
you have
want me to say it?
Yeah, I'm
So Kafuzi, Carlos Keys, Matt Choi, Tommy Runs, Meg Featherston from Featherstone Nutrition, Runner Beans, Ben Johnson, Alex Hermanson, aka Herm Runs, Jess Movold, 40 Runs, everyone in the Emily Heller.
You see Matt Choi?
I said all of them.
Yeah. In our whole team
Yeah.
we have 15 people on the train to NYC, including Robbie Redinger and his mustache.
Yeah.
Doesn't count as two people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, you gave him a pair of shorts, 2 pairs of shorts. Did you rectify for Jarrett? By the way, Jarrett picked the photo for the group that we're going to be promoting. He picked that photo himself.
Oh, I didn't see it, but yeah, we got it straightened out, so we have our kits good to go. I don't know if a mustache. I don't know if I need adoption papers to take it to New York City or if it just exists. Oh wow. Like, do you think do I need adoption papers for this, or am I
think
good?
if you were on a plane, you probably have to check it.
You think so? It's that not much weight.
It's that thick.
They might use too much fuel.
Yeah.
Flying through the air.
Well, it's a wind resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you really wanted to BQ or OTQ, you might have to. I don't know though.
Okay.
Some of the fastest dudes have.
Did we talk about
stash.
this before about just like women's hair when it comes to racing?
I
I don't think so.
Okay,
so.
or
I don't
men's.
recall that.
Men's could be, but I feel like
Tommy runs.
if
He's
you
got
have
a lot of hair.
Yeah, but if you have long hair, or I feel like even like the ponytails. What's her name?
I mean, look at Carlith here.
From Nike. Yeah, I feel like that's like a decent amount of wind resistance that could
be.
affect.
So
your
would
time
you
to
shave
some
your head
degree.
and grease it?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you could just wear a swimming cap then.
You could do that.
Running swimming caps, is that Robbie's new business?
I just wish there was some sort of study to see how much it affects. I just want to know. Could be 10 seconds, could be nothing.
I'm going to say it's less than 1%.
That's 1%. I mean, if you take 1% and 1% here, 1% there, that's a lot of percents.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just you got to pick your battles.
I'm just would wonder if that is enough to, if you're head to head against someone with 5 seconds between you, if that would make a difference.
But what if your locks and flow give you so much confidence that it overrides any negative wind resistance?
Also, wasn't
that is hard to
there a
measure.
story about a guy who had hair and then some lady tricked him, made him fall asleep, cut off his hair,
Yep.
and then he lost all his power?
Yeah.
What about that?
Old Testament tale.
Is that Old Testament? I thought that was just like a Greek thing.
What? That's Samson.
Samson's in the Old Testament?
Yeah, Samsonite.
I don't believe Samson.
Swami Samsonite.
I think it's like a Hercules. I don't think it's in the Old Testament.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
You
Samson and
you
Delilah.
come from a line of Torah readers.
Only half. My other half is
Samson and Delilah. That's an Old Testament tale.
I didn't know that was Old Testament.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know we had superpowers.
Well, he did.
Yeah.
Covering a lot of ground today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and he got tricked into doing it too.
Yeah. You know, they left out the part why he really fell asleep.
Because he was doing drugs?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Post-coital.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was kind of implied, I think. That's the whole thing with how he got tricked.
Yeah.
Because he was with
Again, the Bible telling you women are dangerous. Eating bad apples.
Yeah, there seems to be
There's a theme.
a narrative there. But I mean, anyways, so yeah, I wouldn't have that problem. Don't have any plans to have a skullet anytime soon. But yeah, I always respect people who are going bald and then still grow the hair out like the whole way.
See, it frustrates me. Like the friends of mine who have like the island.
Yeah.
Like, you got an island.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of the island. Like, if it's not touching, it's got to be a continent.
Yeah, I agree with that. You don't want any peninsulas.
No.
Peninsula, I guess, is okay, or maybe even isthmus.
But like, I'm like,
what's the difference
when you're combing that little island? Are you like, hey, check it out?
Yeah,
I'm not going bald.
I guess an isthmus is different than a peninsula.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're fighting against nature, sometimes you just need to say, nature, you win this one.
Or, I mean, there's been plenty of dudes who have worked it out to have the nature look like it was a bad thing, and then they make it into a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, like who?
I don't even know
What's
what you're
a good
talking
example?
about.
I mean, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you just mean shaving your head?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like still having hair on top, but making it to where you can actually
There's nothing
craft it to
There's
look
nothing
good.
you can do with that island.
Yeah.
Lonely Island.
Yeah, it is Lonely Island. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone I've seen that.
We're gonna get hate mail for this one.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, John C. Reilly kind of pulls it off, but it's part of his character.
Well, who's the runner for Saucony?
Jared Ward?
Yeah, Jared Ward.
Yeah.
Does he have a Lonely Island?
I can't remember if he does. He's always wearing
he's got a battle, that's for sure.
I think it's because he runs so fast. His hair is falling backwards.
That's it.
It's like
he has he doesn't have an island. He just has a receding hairline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that's fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, if you're starting to look like Filch from Harry Potter, then you might need to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have a loved one in your life that'll tell you that.
That's the thing. Like sometimes,
if not, I'm here for you.
Like every once in a while, I'll see like a hair in my ear or something like that, and I'll be like, "Megan, what the hell?"
Oh yeah.
She's like, I didn't see it. And I'm like, do you just not look at my head at all? Because like, this is predominant.
Yeah, you could go rappelling off that thing sometimes. Yeah. But I do feel like, and I've told you that before, one of my biggest fears in life is not having someone tell me that there's hair growing out of my ears, or being like, you're so old that you just forget it's happening.
Yeah.
And
you've
just
given up. You got that bush.
Yeah. From the ears. Like I need someone, I don't know.
That's ride or die.
I don't know if I need a living will to designate.
I think it should. Like, hey, if you slip up, if you get to a certain point and your ears look like your mustache, there's problems. It's going into a trust for someone else.
Yeah, I don't need an ear stash.
What if your mustache connected with your ear?
Let me see how that would go. Wait, that would just be your beard connecting with the.
That's the way you get away with it. You grow a big beard, and it doesn't
Interlocking.
matter if your ears are hairy.
Man, I don't know where we're going with that one.
Yeah, this is getting.
I did see something on Instagram, like a weird story about how, like, if you're hairier, like your arms, Thomas, you're less susceptible to bug bites because the mosquitoes can't get it through there.
Dude, this is like NORAD or what's the missile defense? The Iron Dome.
Yeah.
I don't get bug
For
bites.
mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're like they come in, they see the thing, they're like, no, I'm going over here.
Dude, if you see a video of a mosquito trying to fight through arm hair, it's entertaining.
Yeah. Well, especially because I've trained my hair to like ward off mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
So they can I can control like goosebumps. Like
you have
like
Venus flytraps hiding
did you
in there?
know, look at my scar.
It looks good. I'm surprised.
I know, right? No stitches.
That's actually amazing. I thought you were gonna look like a freak for a while.
With the weenus?
Yeah.
I can't take this. Well, maybe.
Do you have a scar, Meg?
Yeah, she's got a scar in it. It looks like drug needle.
It's the worst because where the bite is, it literally looks like I was like shooting up.
Oh yeah, you have track marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's running through the neighborhoods in the early morning.
Yeah, it's not the best look.
Yep. And after a run, we all look like we're methed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I did look in the mirror again the other day. I was like, yeah, I would not give myself money if I saw me on the street.
Please. Well, this is crazy because you're probably wearing $1,000 worth of gear.
And I'm picking up change off the ground.
Yeah. Megan, she's modeling Soar, and you'll probably see it on the Instagram by the time this is out. But we were adding up the value, or I guess the cost.
Oh, we're just flexing now?
A little bit. Like, it's crazy.
I think things are just expensive now, and I just didn't realize it because
Megan was like looking it up for the post.
Soar is definitely premium gear, for sure.
And it's quality stuff, and it lasts forever.
Right.
So it is what
Forever,
it is.
ever?
But
ever.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I am for real. The Soar stuff is good. And the John G stuff too. I think by the time this comes out, I'll have a roundup on the site because the new rain jacket they have, which we've given great marks in the past, I think they've even done a better job with that.
The 2.0.
It's even better.
Yeah.
I have to say, the photos look good.
Very nice.
You guys look good. No, it's not me. It's you guys.
The models you're working
with.
with.
Yeah, the models look stellar.
Yeah.
Robbie and I have been working on our skills.
Yeah. I don't know if you've looked through them, but handsome.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
right.
They're gonna get posted later today.
Not gonna brag, but maybe I will.
Yeah.
I think John G has.
Well, later. Yes, a couple days
yeah.
ago.
Okay.
I think John G has come a long way. I feel like when they first started, their gear was hit or miss, very hit or miss. I feel like they refined it, made it like they really, all the details are like very runner oriented. Whereas like some just general running shorts and stuff are like, here's a freaking pocket.
See, here's the thing. Like, I haven't tested because a lot of times the look isn't a look that I love.
Yeah, I get
patterns and stuff like that. But like when you have that jacket and it's a solid color, and I thought the jacket looked great. And it does. The details are nice. And I like that sling bag. Is dope.
That's like honestly one of the best pieces of gear in existence.
It really is. But yeah, like if they just did like a plain, like it's probably the opposite of what they want to be doing, but like plain colors, plain. Like,
well, they kind of are now.
Are they?
They have a mix.
All right, maybe it's time for me to check it out again.
They have more plain colors now, block colors, and then they still do their crazy patterns and stuff. I mean, they appeal to a certain crowd for sure. They're going for the younger, socially conscious, eco-conscious.
I don't know if I say younger. I see you wearing it.
Wow.
Hard pause.
Wow.
I'm kidding. No,
no, there definitely are. Like they
socially conscious, I would say.
In the last 2 years, they've morphed to the more younger crowd. I think younger, progressive, socially conscious. That like they've really wrapped it up.
All right, I'll have to check it because that's not what I'm. I wouldn't say I've noticed that. I'd say I've noticed socially conscious.
Yeah,
but
you also
I'd say Bandit is definitely going after a younger demographic.
Yeah, two things can be true at once.
The universe is expanding,
and Tracksmith is middle aged. Tracksmith's everything. I don't know. I feel like it's a little more like later, like 30s. You need to have an income to buy Tracksmith.
Yeah, you need. John G isn't cheap.
No, John G's actually just about the same price. I think maybe even more in some cases.
That jacket's $200 that you were wearing.
No, I know it's the same. I think they do a little more in the eco department as far as like socially responsible.
They get water for people
and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Speaking of water. I need to drink some. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
All right.
watch
Are
your
we
salt.
All right,
ready
this-
to wrap this up?
Yeah,
This is getting out of
that's
control.
a lot. I'm sorry, people.
Enjoy the check-ins with Emily Oster if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I think that
By this point, you've probably heard all three.
yeah, they're pretty good. So thank you for that, Emily. We appreciate you being able to help us out.
And good luck at CIM.
Yeah.
The world is your oyster.
Hi, Mom.
All right, we out.